Hey guys, Joe here. Today I want to talk about the top 5 misconceptions of the iPhone 5. Now, let's just get started because I don't know what I was going to say. So, number 1 is the S, as in iPhone 4S. A lot of people think it stands for Siri. Now, less people might think that now that the 5S is out, but what people don't realize is before the iPhone 4S, the iPhone order going backwards was 4S, 4, 3GS, 3G, and then just the first iPhone. So they had a 3GS, they had an S version of an iPhone before the 4S, which didn't have Siri. Siri wasn't developed yet. The S stands for speed, actually. That's why, if you look at the 3G and the 3GS, the 3GS has the A3 processor, the 3G has the A2, something like that. The equivalent of it anyway. I don't know if they were called it back then or not. But the iPhone 4 has the A4 processor, the 4S has the A5 processor, the iPhone 5 has the A6 processor, the iPhone 5S has the A7 processor. It gets faster and faster in the S upgrades. So S refers to basically the increased speed of the device. All right, next one is that you can overcharge the battery. Now, this is actually false with any smartphone because they all use lithium-ion batteries. It's pretty much industry standard now. In fact, it has been for a long time. You cannot overcharge a lithium-ion battery. It is just impossible. It's actually a little smart. So if you're charging it, once it hits 100, it'll stop taking in the charge. It still recognizes it's plugged in, but it rejects any additional power. And then it lets it drop down a little bit while it's in standby. And when it drops down to a certain point, depends on how the manufacturer programs the battery, but then it'll accept a little more charge and get back up to 100. So if you actually look at a battery charging meter thing, you'll actually see it bounce off 100% a few times while it's charging. So you cannot overcharge an iPhone or any smartphone. So don't worry about getting out of bed in the middle of the night and unplugging it or something. So just don't worry about it. All right. Now, this is probably a big one. A lot of people think it is illegal to jailbreak your iPhone. Now, I've actually thought this too. Now, while they haven't come out and said, go ahead and jailbreak, it's perfectly legal, the Library of Congress has said it does not violate any laws that are in place. There are no laws that are broken if you jailbreak your iPhone. There's no law that says, there's nothing that says jailbreak it, it's legal, but there's nothing that you violate by jailbreaking it. So it's not technically illegal. All right? Another one, not really major, a lot of people don't need it, but there's a rumor that you can't print from your iPhone. This is actually not true. This actually originates before Apple was able to print if you had a wireless printer right from iOS. But you can do that now. If you have a picture or something, you can tell it to print if you have a wireless printer. But companies like Epson and who else? Okay, well, Epson, that's all I have written on my notes. Epson has an app called AirPrint. So if you have an Epson wireless printer, you can put the app on your iPhone and print from. But now Apple has AirPrint built right into iOS, so you can print to any wireless printer, and it's free. So that's really nice, and I actually do use this sometimes if I need to print out a note sheet or something. But so you can print from an iPhone. All right, and the last one is you can't have an iPhone without a data plan. Now, this actually is mostly true, but there are a few ways you can get around it. Number one, you could buy an unlocked iPhone, which means it doesn't have a contract. You're just buying the device outright. Then you could go to a store like AT&T or a Sprint store, or even there's a little store called Wireless Toys right in town where I live, and they can activate your phone without a data plan, and you just pay for minutes like you did in the old days. You just don't get data, but you still get voice and text. Or there's a thing, now I'm not sure if they still do this, and they certainly don't advertise it, but AT&T, they actually allow you to cancel only data. and then you can have voice and text only. Now, again, I don't know if they still do this. I don't know if the rules have changed, but when I read about it, that's what it was. Is AT&T, you can cancel your data plan, and it's not easy by any means. It's not like there's a button that says cancel data on the website or something or in your phone, but you can cancel the data on AT&T and have voice and text only. Now, this isn't necessarily true for other carriers. In fact, it's probably not, but yeah, basically. So, sum it up, five things about iPhone will change it now. So, the S in 4S and 5S and 3GS stands for speed, not Siri. You cannot overcharge the battery. It is not illegal to jailbreak. You can certainly print anything from an iPhone, from pictures to a text message to a note. And you can have an iPhone without paying for data. Alright, guys. So, next week, I will be doing a follow-up to my video about Google Glass. Now, here's the one I did before. I did have to rush it, though. So, if you want to see one, it'll be much more organized because I'm not going to be so busy next weekend. So I'll have it much more constructed, and I'll have all my notes with me, unlike I did in that one. Okay? If you have an idea for a video I should do, leave a comment in the description below. Check out the website. Sorry, leave a comment in the comments section. Check out the website and Facebook. Links are in the description. I'm Joe Green, and I approve this message.